Just finalising a few things.
You'll need to read something when I tell you. Hello and welcome to the Lucy Show, the Wassail edition. Yes, I know it's Burns night, but we've got some things going on in Devon ourselves down here. Yes, so...
They don't involve haggis.
No.
In fact, no haggises were harmed during the making of this programme.
No. It is all about Devon and what we do this time of year, and just we love where we live. So, of course, we're going to start it off with some 0% cider. Woohoo! Not dead yet.
It's 0.05.
Yes, it's just enough to make a taste. So, yes, let's pour some cider. So, a few people ask what on earth is a wassail. And a wassail is where the time of year, it varies according to the villages, because that's how we does things. And it is literally, it's a blessing to the apple trees, and we save the apple trees by scaring away the evil spirits. This is all unscripted. I'm as surprised as you. My name is Lucy Orchard, by the way. This is my mum, producer Chris. You're right there, love. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
I've just been frightening people.
Right. I've heard that. I've heard that as true. Right. So hang on. I am so behind. Let's bring up this is. Yes. So once a year, because Devon, believe it or not, produces some of the most apples for UK cider. We are quite
prolific.
We're a bunch of cider drinkers. And we goes from your diesel to your scrumpy. And my particular favourite has got to be a Katie. Katie's a wicked mistress, though. 3 of them and you're on your arse. Blacked out and you've got sick on you. Scrumpy is the cloudy stuff. Let's just say if that was your sample, you'd take antibiotics. And diesel is actually red. I drives red diesel. I drinks red diesel. Let's get on the chat. So let's have a look. We've got hi Mum, hi Ray, hi everybody, and hi to Mum's sidekick. Also welcome to the Christine Show. Thank you so much. We've got
hi darling.
Loz already. I had an apple for brekkie. Oh, celebrate. Hey, good on you, Loz. I do love a Katie cider. Oh, it's a vicious bitch. Hi, Sam. Scrumpy and a Katie. So yes, so cider, which is weird because in America, Jason, I know that you would call Perry sparkling cider. And I know this because in Grey's Anatomy, they celebrate with a bottle of cider when she's actually sparkling Perry, because Bailey doesn't like champagne or something like that.
Perry over here.
Yeah, Perry. Good morning, Mavanwi. Bodazar Mavanwi. And I love saying that because she's Australian. So yes, so Perry over here is made out of pears. And hey, don't get me wrong, an orchard is an orchard is an orchard. You want to shout at them trees, love, doesn't matter what's going on with it. If you want to make sure they bear the fruit and you have a good harvest and you want them to be blessed, you get in that forest and you get in that orchard and you start screaming. So over here we have wassails where everybody comes out. Now, it originally comes from Wassail, or Wassail, which means be healthy. So everyone goes around wassailing each other, saying wassail, wassail, wassail. Cheers, Tom. Wassail. Cheers, Sheila. To wish each other's good luck and good health.
Is that Sharon's sister?
Oh, don't you start bringing up Sharon from last week. I've not had enough of that. No Sharons were offended in the making of this show. Swear to God, Facebook. I want you to keep the comments up. There we go. Andy B, evening. Andy, isn't that apple juice? Depends if you've got to drive in the morning, mate. If this was done on a Friday night, I'd be on the Katie and I wouldn't remember dancing at the end of the show. Come on. Amanda says, hello, ladies. Hey,
hello, Amanda.
Andy's made the leap. Cheers, darling. Thanks, Bond. You worked that out well. Good evening, girls. Lynn on my British from the show. So yes, it's a sparkling apple juice, but it is fermented, therefore it is alcoholic. And many a good night and many a bad decision starts with cider. I personally can't drink cider anymore, like out, because it makes me aggressive. And not for my own self-worth. Oh no! But if I was to overhear somebody having an argument with someone and I didn't feel that one of the parties was being fairly represented, it's all right, I got this. And I go get involved to the point where my friends are like, leave it, Lucy, leave it, it's not worth it. Can you believe that of me?
Yes.
Yeah. Damn it. So, Mum, what would happen if I gave you a little slice of apple cake and you found a massive clove in the middle of it?
I'd spit it out.
Well, that means you just got made Queen of the Wassail. I read it and I thought, tradition or no tradition, Mum's going to spit that back out in your face. What? Do I get a crown?
Yeah, do I get a crown?
Yeah. Andy, I remember farmer's cider made in the barn with actual bones in the bottom of an old tin bath. Oh, I didn't think you were that old. But health and safety, food and hygiene ratings, it's all very sterile. We're surrounded by the big ones around here. We've got your Thatchers, we've got your Sanford Orchards. Some could say Aston Manor because, you know, well, let's just say the scrumpy they make comes in a 3-litre bottle. And the most apple on it is on the label. If you've ever seen some, I would say homeless people, but we never fought over cider, did we?
No.
If you ever see any people that are between addresses fighting on a bench over a bottle, that's the one from Aston Manor. Yes, we've got Sanford Orchards, we've got Thatchers, we've got Sheppies as well. It's big business. And actually, the term Wassail, most people think it's about 600 years old, but it was first written down at 1140 or 20 to 12. I've been waiting for that joke all night. Oh, God, a joke. Sorry. Love it when I make myself laugh. Oh, hell yes, I'm exactly the same. And that's why I can't drink spirits anymore. You know, it's just when you feel that somebody needs a spokesperson because they can't find their own voice, and you're like, this is why I was put in this planet. Now hold my coat. I'm going to go make sure that her boyfriend understands she doesn't feel respected. Yes, I know we haven't met, but I'm going to explain a few things. And also we have the Treatise of Cider, which was from Kent, and it was written in 1676, and it was about the production of cider, the importance of cider to our income, our industry, and of course our home lives, which was 242 years prior to women getting the vote. That's where I like to put myself on the importance. So we made sure that we got the cider production right, waited a bit, then gave women the vote. Well done, everybody. It's up to us, Lucy. Hey, I've got this Northern Hemisphere, you've got the Southern laws, we're covered. So what they does on the Wassail, everyone meets up, everyone drinks. We're not a big fan of hot mulled cider, and also it is very difficult to arrange a hot mulled cider just before you do all this wonderful production, because believe it or not, this actually takes some doing. And doesn't it?
It does, but I was just thinking, mulled, doesn't that have cloves in it?
Yes, it does. And I've just realised that I'm not streaming on youtube.com/Lucy Orchard. Do apologise if you're watching via that stream. How?
We're not there. We're here.
All right, over there. So what they does is you've got your Wassail drink, which is your hot spiced mulled cider. You then go to the orchard. Then you some people do bang the trees to scare away the spirits. Nowadays it's more of a gentle tap off, some Morris dancers. Please explain Morris dancers. Yes, Morris dancers are men and now women who wear bells on their legs and their hats and their elbows and their knees,
Carry sticks.
They carry sticks, and they've got a lot of handkerchiefs, and they whap them around. And yes, so they'll knock the trees with the they'll knock the tree. I love the fact we're fucking ambassadors. They'll knock the trees and get the evil spirits out.
And they hop.
They hop, they jig, they dance. To be honest, it's something that most villagers do like to wheel out at a summer
Just
fair.
Google Morris dancing in Britain. It'll all will be explained.
And we got a message from Noel Orchard that says, an orchard in an orchard, sis. Yes, and growing up, we had an orchard.
Yeah.
Which I never stopped being entertained of. I mean, it was the most pathetic orchard. There's what, 6 trees, they were all diseased.
Oh, Noel was in Orchard House.
Noel was in Orchard House as well. And also we are from an area called Orchardville.
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard you really like a Granny Smith. True story.
I know.
with a bit of pickle on it. So drive away the evil spirits. Now, what people do, so yes, they go around and you get given a bit of apple cake, and if you're lucky enough to get a great big clove in it, you will then be made king and queen, and they will identify the king and queen because they'll be the ones like this, because they've just chewed down on a massive clove. So then they pour some cider on the roots, giving fruit back to the trees, and they'll put a bit of apple peel and some bread, and they'll put it in the trees for the birds who eat the insects and stop the trees getting diseased. So it's a full circle of life. It's imagine a guy in a nice high-vis jacket holding up a 3-litre bottle of Scrumpy, singing "Circle of Life." It's our version of the Lion King.
Yeah.
It sounds like a normal Saturday night. Thank you, Lars. So put your glasses on.
Coming.
So hopefully this will have appeared. I don't know if it appeared if you're watching me on my personal stream. But I've just posted it. So this is if you're watching any on Lucy Orchard comedy or on Joke Pit or on Twitch or Twitter, then it popped up this way.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. I didn't expect you to read that. Okay. So it is old apple tree, we wassail thee, and hoping thou wilt bear hatfuls, capfuls, 3 bushel bagfuls, and a little heap under the stairs. And there's lots of other songs as well. And it's usually around about 9 p.m. You'll get a collection of older white gentlemen that can play acoustic guitars, who will suddenly...
All those thingies.
Yeah, accordions. But usually about 9 o'clock, I imagine, that's when they start bringing out their Oasis covers. And that'll definitely keep away potential dates and evil spirits.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Oh, love a white guy on a guitar. Preferably with a small little leather pendant with a little shape on it.
Ram's head.
The little...
Ram's
some sort of tribal symbol, like made out of
bull's
jade.
head with the horns coming round.
But it'll only be that big. It won't be that big otherwise. I don't know. I suppose that might actually increase their chances. Oh, thanks, Lars. Lars has said that's great. So, yes, the old wassail. And then we will try... hang on. I've been at the whiskey. Sorry I'm late. It's that fucking wee timorous beastie. Yes, Elizabeth's been celebrating Burns Night. Because she's so far north, she's got to celebrate Burns Night. But because we're so far south, we've got to do wassail. Yeah, fact. That's the wassail section of the evening, and I hope everyone enjoyed coming along with us on a little visit, and possibly we will revisit this and see if we were blessed with the orchards and that we did have a good harvest when it comes round to Apple Day, which is when everyone goes up to the local orchards, shakes the trees, gets the fruit out, presses your cider
in wooden presses.
Traditional, mate. So you'll have a village press. 1 press per village, and you go along, you take it all, you fill up your goons, your jugs, and then you can put them in the freezer for apple juice, or you can make some cider out of it. I'm not sure, how do you make cider? You just leave it.
I don't know. Perhaps you put some
Sugar?
sugar in to.
I mean, luckily
some-
enough, there is a book that was written in 1676. So, I mean, the information has been around
Yeah.
and available.
Do you think they've got that in the library?
It is available in Kent. Let's have a look. I've had me haggis, neats, and tappies tonight. A nip of the golden has also been consumed because Andy was honouring. He went up there and he lived there for a bit, but then he came back down south to where it is toxic and poisonous. Sorry, hello to all people in Salisbury. Oh, cheers, by the way. Mm-hmm. Consider it zero free. It does actually taste of cider.
It does taste of cider.
Yeah. So moving on to the Lucy update. Let's have it. Watching Outlander. This is Lizzie watching Outlander, or Scottish BDSM as I call it. There's a lot of it. I don't know what it is. I think it's a TV program. I think it's a little bit like Vikings. Tall, handsome men looking dirty or something. I don't know. Nobody dies and then gets solved by some sort of procedural drama. It's very unlikely we'd have seen it.
No murder.
No murder. I had the lovely moment where I was in an office this last week, and there was a really toxic male in there who wanted me to do something. Obviously, that's as a job in a consensual and employed way, but he didn't explain himself. And he made himself quite snidey. And I sort of said, I'm sorry, what do you mean? Because I don't think I've done that before. And he was trying to belittle me for something I haven't done before. So I kept pretending I couldn't hear him. And I asked him to repeat himself and did it 3 times. And it's amazing how they've got less conviction in being a dickhead when they've got to do it loudly 3 times. Sorry, could you... So loud. Could you say that again? Oh, you shouldn't have been in there. Cock off. Tall and handsome, not Scottish based then. Very unlikely. The Celts are kind of short. Lauren laughed my ass off. As I'm sure you've met them in your previous industry. Fascinating to know how your signing is going. Not as in interpretation, but as in sign writing. I know, but people might not have seen those before. Also, on the weekend, on Friday, I went somewhere to get loaded, and instead of the usual guy being there, I usually there's no one else there, and I turned up and there was an Arctic there, and he was parked. Not where he should park, he was parked on the side. So I thought, well, I'll be helpful, I'll be friendly, because quite frankly, TikTok is Friday, motherfuckers. And I said, excuse me, mate, you on break? He said, no, I'm just waiting to get loaded. I said, probably want to go near the load then. If you go near the load, then they'll load you. Oh, right. And he said, I'll turn, do a 3-point turn. I went, nope, unless you're a princess, you're a tank polisher, you can drive through the water to get where you're going. Come on. I'm not having you piss about with a 27-point turn. Just you can drive in a circle, park up. He then parked about 10 feet away from where he should be. So I just thought, oh, that's going to take bloody ages. And then this loader I've never seen before turned up. And he looked like he was a teen, like he was a teenager. And my heart sank because I thought he's not going to understand efficiency and effectiveness and productivity. And my urge not to be here anymore. Probably happy to be out of the house. And he was having a chat with this other younger guy. And I had to put my engine on passive aggressively and move forward. It's the truck version of and then when I saw the traditional loader this week, I said, where were you? I missed you. Because basically my complete Friday evening was ruined because it took so long. I ended up finishing very, very late. And he said, oh, I'll have to tell him. And I said, well, tell him next time he wants to screw my Friday night up, buy it a drink first. And I didn't use the word screw. I've got away with words. You must be so proud of me being on the road.
I just think how much I spent to get your vocabulary as good as it is.
Hey, mate, if you want to... Sorry. I mean, training is fine, but not on a Friday evening. Come on. So many tells me that no surprise that you help others with an argument when tipsy. What? I'm absolutely fine. And then another gentleman, the other day, it was very early in the morning, so it was very, very, very dark, and he was trying to help me. So he had a torch. I love it. The thing is, his torch was brighter than 1,000 candles. So where he was standing behind me and he was waving me in, I basically had no vision. And I'm like, how do I tell him you're not helping? Because I know he was trying to help, and it's so sweet people trying to help. Also, I couldn't tell him not to help because I couldn't at this point. He had to speak for me to turn. Reversing until you hear something hit. Could have been the guy, could have been a post. So I thought, well, this is it. I actually need help watching the front of my truck. I'll give him busy work. I'll say, excuse me, sir. Instead of being there, and he came over because he couldn't hear me because he was very old. I said, excuse me, sir. I said, instead of standing there, I said, you couldn't watch the front of my truck. And he started walking to the back. I called him back. I said, excuse me, sir. Can you watch the front of my truck, not the back? So he walked to the back. In the end, I had to get out and have a look myself. As he stood there blinding me with a torch in the back. I was like, oh, God. I know I'm here, but can you see me? No. Oh, it was like Kate Winslet in Titanic, standing in a room of people screaming and not a single person could hear me. Trucky talk from Loz there. Come on, Facebook. Come on, give me the messages. There we go. That's chuck with me. Did that. Oh, unboxing. Now, I hope my Vanry is watching. Turn your main beam off. Go on side lights only. Yeah, unfortunately, Andy, I'm driving a Renault. If I turn any of my lights off, we're basically doing it by candlelight. Most common phrase said by the driver of a Renault, are my lights on? So here, I've got a package. I'm very excited. It's an international package. I don't want to rip it. I don't want to mess this up. Mavanri, if you're watching, but I had something sent to me for Christmas, prior to Christmas, and on the 25th of January, it's arrived. Oh, Mavanri, snoods, double layer neck fleeces. So that's lovely. So this one's for dress wear. This one's for evening. Yeah, this is cash. And then she's only gone and made me high vis.
Oh, I like it with the yellow on the top.
I know, it's reversible. So there's high vis. There's high vis. And then turn it inside out. All the way from Australia. Please don't. Oh, God, I hope it didn't cost you £1 million to post it. Oh, man, I'm so excited. I am so excited. I love presents. I love presents from Australia. I go, oh, ah. There we go. How's that?
Oh, that's like a crown. Wassail queen.
Yeah, like a gong. Have a look. Louisa Reed. Never dull moment. No. But a dim one. Dim but never dull. Oh, couldn't see on YouTube. Yeah. Turns out that's not connected, Lou. So sorry, my love.
Did you not connect it?
I did press the button, but it hasn't connected. I mean, I can't. It's too. Edit.
Oh, don't. Are you doing stuff?
I'm going to do it anyway. I mean, it'll be weird. No, it won't let me collect it. Okay. Oh.
This is where things.
Fuck it. It's the alcohol-free cider. Yeah, tap. Oh, man, I'm really annoyed by that. Yes, that'll cover the hickeys. Hickeys. Ticks. It won't be hickeys. No. Although there was a farmer I met recently that he only had a couple of teeth, so I imagine he just gnawed gently. Oh, Melanie, I am so happy with my presents. Thank you so much. Oh man, yeah. Sunday this week. We didn't go out of our PJs, did we?
No,
we had a rest day.
We had no urge to do anything.
It was a mental health day. Also,
we were mental and it was healthy.
And also, I'd like to report back another week where I haven't fallen over. This is going to be part of the show now.
But if you do, we have at least 1,000 plasters.
Yeah, I know.
Nothing else.
I don't know how. I don't, of all the times we've moved in the last couple of years, the only thing we managed to save is plasters and some Sudafed that went out in 2008.
Which I made her take.
And then Lou from New Zealand told me it was poisonous. Right.
She's such a spoiled sport.
I had such awful dreams. Okay, so on Saturday I learned about a truck that turned over. So Saturday night, all I did all night was dream about flipping my truck over, which really made me feel ill when I woke up. And it was different company I worked at. It was I can vision it now, going to concrete wrap and just flipping it over, and not being able to find my boss to tell him, but not the boss I work for now, my last boss. And then because I knew I was going somewhere Monday morning, there's two villages that sound very similar. I don't know, let's call it
A and B.
Bubby Leighton versus Bubby Stainton. And because they're similar, I woke up Monday morning, about 2:45, and just thought, just random waking up, went back to sleep. And from that time onwards, I dreamt about driving to this village. So by the time I started work Monday morning, I feel like I'd already been driving for 2.5 hours. I was like, oh, this is fun.
Did you need to take a break?
I know. I was like, stand up. I'm on a 45-minute break, mate. I'm not moving.
Yeah, phoning your boss. Can't start yet.
No.
I've been busy.
I dreamt I put my card in at 2:45, so I'm really going to have to be done by 6. Glad they arrived. Only a month late. Not bad for Australian Post. You'll be nice and warm trekking around now. Thank you. Honestly, how beautiful.
And our colder weather is yet to
winter,
come.
We're in the middle of winter, but the freeze.
March.
It's a double-edged sword. You can see the gritters going out. Gritters, you've all got gritters. I don't need to explain that word. Salt spreaders. And
Gritters. Oh, they're not like crocodigators.
I was like, I don't like grits because grits are food. So they keep the road nice and clean of ice, but it means they also cover our truck windows and wind mirrors with salty water. Double-edged sword. Thank you for that. So yes, that is the Lucy update. Let's start the show. Village update by 30:30. That's not bad. So there was a beautiful moment. CSI. Oh, Amanda said it was lovely to see you on Saturday, and it was lovely to see you as well, Dan. It was a very, very blessed little hour, and happy anniversary. Drive and done birthday section.
I haven't got there yet.
No, but I didn't write one. I thought it was cut to plan this week. Oh, I took the Wassail. It was one section in, one section out. But I want to say a quick happy anniversary, if it's the Village update, to Amanda's mum and dad as well. Happy anniversary. And congratulations to Amanda's mum for putting up with that naughty mum. Birthday section. We're moving on from that. Why'd you press that button, mum? I didn't. Village update. I can't press the button. There it is. Right. So, CSI Devon. So there's a crossroads where a lot of the truck drivers will know from around here, around the quarry. And a woman was coming up one of the exits, about to come up one of the exits, and a car came around, cut round onto her side of the road, scratched all the way down her car, and then just buggered off. And she's managed to find dash cam footage. She's managed to then identify the car. She's managed to find the registration plate. So she's managed to go, and she's done it all by getting in touch with people and doing her own CSI. And she ended the message with Blue Suzuki SX4 2009. I've got your plates. Ha ha. But this took a couple of days. I love that. Sticking by what you need to do. For dangerous driving. Now, some of you will remember the skipping rope.
Yes. It only cost £20,000.
And I believe it was going for 95. Guess what? Price drop. It's gone down to 65. I pressed asterisk because I do want to keep an eye on its journey. Will it ever get out of the box? So for those of you that remember last week's skipping rope, that was £230 and reduced to 95. It's gone down again.
Next week
it comes free with some cake. It's got clove in it. Right. Also, more car trouble. And someone's Ford Ranger was nicked out of their driveway, and that's one of them big.
I was just going to say,
big
it's
cars.
like a Yankee thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? With a bit on the back and a bit there. And a bit
Like an
there.
SUV, like a farmer would use.
Yeah.
But it was in white. So obviously.
Oh, no taste.
I was going to say, who's nicking a white Ford Ranger?
In actual fact, I wouldn't even advertise the fact. I'd let it go.
I know. George Clay, nothing to declare. It's getting there. Oof.
Although the salesman must be
Oh
absolutely
yeah, we've got one of these in
excellent.
stock. It's gone. Loz, by the way, by the time it gets to 20 quid, I'll let you know. Although they were weighted handles and weighted rope, so it would cost a lot to send to Australia. Maybe you and Mavan could share it. You could both have a weighted rope, but you've got to send the handles back and forth from Melbourne to Newcastle. Like a penis extension. Yeah. I mean, white 4x white SVS. Now, which one is Special Victims Unit? SVU. SUV. It's a white SUV. One is an assault.
And one is a definite assault.
Great to see as well. Pub quizzes are back.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and the restaurant that I down the road that I did my comedy at, that they're back. They're doing comedy night as well. I'm tempted because they do comedy in a curry. It is good curry. Oh, look at that. Dow. Oh, Fnadoy. Crap is Tuesday again, isn't it? Yes, it is, right? If only I've been doing this for a while.
Is he late? And he has no note.
I think give it another 2-3 months, and I'll have been doing this for 2 years.
Gosh, is it 2 years?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
now there was a beautiful moment as well where a woman went online to say on her Facebook forum, I don't know whether she'd been to the police or not, but she said, to the person that stole my son's bicycle from outside the house, how must you feel stealing the Christmas present of a 13-year-old? You absolutely nasty person. Shame on yourself. People are sharing it. Went on for a couple of days. At the very end, then she put, turned out he forgot he left it at his friend's house. There is nothing scarier than the scorn of a mother, especially who's just thought that her son's Christmas present has been stolen. And then it turns out the child was feckless.
Drinking cider, you see.
There has been news in the village, but I'm not gonna dwell on it. No, because this is a comedy show.
Leave that one.
Leave that one out. Just for the locals that are watching, that actually watch this for the village update. there is news, but not suitable for comedy program. What was nice was there was a missing ferret, a white ferret.
Was it down somebody's trousers?
No, but her sister. But she rescued these 2 ferrets from somebody that couldn't look after them anymore. And she said these ferrets. Sorry, this is Noel laughing about a child that wasn't him messing up a bike that wasn't his. I didn't do that. Yeah, she says that the ferrets, they roam free. So like they answer their name. She wakes up with them snuggled with her and stuff. It does actually sound pretty lovely. But through some mistake, an open window, one of the ferrets got out and she was worried. And then on the, I think by the end of the night, she stood out there with her favourite squeaky toy and the ferret appeared. Oh, how, I don't know. Do ferrets travel far?
Far enough.
Amanda is asking for use of the party taser for the village. Yes. There's a box on its way to you now. I was talking to Leona as well about the party taser.
Actually, I mentioned it in work. I said that ours has got confetti in it. So when they issue me with mine, I'll just have it, updated a little.
Well, what I decided today as well, the confetti in the party taser. So this is a person who is not dismounting under a bridge on a canal. Has let her dog foul and is doing nothing about it. Dropping litter. Dropping litter. Caught being antisocial. I would fire my party taser, and it would play a little fiesta music so that I enjoyed the party feeling. The confetti would then be that thick confetti that's got wild meadow seeds in it.
Oh, so not only you're not making a mess, you're rewilding at the same time as getting some dick.
Exactly.
To understand.
And you can drive around, and everywhere you see a cluster of wildflowers, you think, wonder what they did. Our version of lamppost trees. Lamppost flowers, wildflowers. Well, isn't that lovely? I know. I've never known the love of a ferret. I've dated people that size.
Yes, you have, and they weren't nice ferrets.
They bit.
They were like dirty.
And all they want to do is get down your trousers. They mine did. But I don't know. I think if you keep your ferrets clean, I don't know. Get in touch on on the chat. It
is that all pets are only as dirty as you let them become.
Yeah. So yes, that squeaky toy found it. Now, a gentleman in the village that I've mentioned before. Some of you might remember the village. It was a woman that had the barbecue, the communal barbecue that got broken. They got fixed in a couple of days. Also, the women that were running around, but people weren't sure whether or not they were owls. I love that village. A coin was found, and instead of putting it on Facebook, anyone lost this coin, they took it to an auction house because it was a Henry III. It turned out to be one of 8 in existence, and he managed to get £648,000 for this coin.
Found in that village. The person.
I think he was the landowner because it didn't say that he shared it. So I mean, he was already a landowner.
So someone had it and they lost it.
Somebody in King Henry III's day.
Oh, so the farmer found it.
Found the gold coin.
Oh, right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So he managed to get £648,000, and I believe that he's going to spend that money on a 2-bedroom house.
2? What's he going to do with the rest of the money?
It was a joke because the house prices.
Oh,
it's all right. No, you ruined it. It's fine. That's all right. I mean, that was one of my favorite jokes I wrote tonight. But no. It's fine, Mum. It's fine. Fine. Should I pretend I found it again? So I mean, first of all, you thought a guy called Henry lost a coin. Yeah, and then you want to say it to split. I mean, to be honest, you ruined that. That's enough 0% cider for her.
Oh dear.
If you're playing the drinking game, 2 shots there.
Not 2 shots. 0. You want to be on the hard stuff. You want to be at Burns now. Not wassailing with us.
And then a kid was found. Sorry. No, somebody hasn't read the script. Do you think I trusted with the script? Do you know what? I used to put the bullet points for the show in big Sharpie letters, and I used to lay them over the floor so I could just do this, right? And she'd get distracted mid-show and start reading ahead. So somebody can't be trusted with the show, Andy. Right. Sorry. Ray Turner. My ferret has no nose. What's that in Welsh?
Or a nose ferret.
How does he smell? Awful. Also laughing. Thank you very much. Somebody hasn't read the script yet. The classic Mum. Yeah, thank you very much. Loz, that's a 3-shotter. Yeah, I know. No, but try watching a film with her. I'll say the same to Mum as I said to Ray. In a couple of months, I've been doing this 2 years. I got books of this. Same thing every week. Right.
Oh dear.
But Vanry's just driven past a white Ford Ranger. UK plates. Oh, so a kid was found. found graffitiing, spray painting, antisocial stuff, probably a cock and balls on a quite a nice mural. Police found him, got in touch with the parents. The parents marched him down there and made him paint over it. See, I wanted a little bit of happy news to go in there. And then there was a beautiful moment as well on last week's on my recce around the village forums. I thought, I can't mention it because it's not light, it's not funny, but basically there are dogs barking on a street, and they're barking incessantly, morning, noon, and night. And then someone's going, whose dogs are these? And then you get the, maybe they don't know, and they should know, maybe they work nights and all this stuff. And it goes back and forth and back and forth. And sort of half between ring the police, ring the RSPCA, even though that'd be a waste of your time and money. I don't endorse them. Apparently they don't endorse me back. And someone's saying, maybe they work shifts, and someone's saying, well, if you work shifts and you've got dogs, you shouldn't lock them out in the garden so that they're barking, they're obviously distressed. And then it sort of got to this almost like lynch mob hue and cry. How many streets could hear it? Well, this week, the person messaged on the forum. And what got me was the start of their message. It's been brought to my attention. It has been brought to my attention that my dogs have been barking. Enough people messaged for the duration of the dogs barking that it was non-stop, and that it wakes them up, and that it's like really horrible barking. And he went, I'm dealing with something. Now I'm aware of it. Nah, not good enough. If you didn't know your dogs were barking that loudly all day, all night, outside in this weather, not even in a shed or in the house or whatever,
or even a kennel,
it's not nice. But then all of a sudden, beep, beep, beep. Oh, they went on. The same people that posted. Oh, well, thank you for saying you're doing something about it. I must be awful. People talking about you on Facebook. Can't believe this is happening. I'm reading this and that. Popcorn. This is fantastic. I almost wanted to bring up last week's post and this week's post to see if the same people connected. Let's have a look. We need someone to disrail the show. Thanks, Mum. Oh, Jason, you're right. Thank God she didn't get a go at my 11:40, 20 to 12 joke. From the Lucy update. There should be more parents like that. Yes, not like this. You're changing the subject, aren't you? More parents, the one who made the kid paint the mural. Dos gan I fydd ddim treryn. You're welcome.
What's that?
Does my ferret smell?
Oh.
I knew you'd do it. Shake my head. I know. I love a good post around. I know, it's brilliant, but I genuinely, the amount of people that were like, it's not fair. And then it's not. Say if you're working from home or you were working shifts, you're not the dog owner, you're working shifts, and you've just got all day. But to start your message with, it's been brought to my attention. By who? The dogs? Because they brought everyone else's attention. And to end on a nice thing, Taunton, which is over the border, it's in the other county. It's not that far away, but it is foreign lands. They have been one of the recipients. I think it's about 18 parks that have been donated a bench by Ricky Gervais. And it says, hope is everything. And it's got those little codes you scan with your phone, takes you to Calm's website, which is a campaign against living miserably, because it's based on the bench from where he sits in afterlife.
Oh, right.
So it's to encourage people to sit down and talk to strangers and maybe get, better. But I did see one thing that was really sad. The woman said, this is really great. I've been trying to get my parents a bench in that park for a couple of years.
Are they dead?
Yeah.
Oh.
So then Ricky Gervais goes, I'll give you a bench. And they're like, yes, fine. Have this bit.
Were her parents famous?
No.
Some people are driven by names.
Yes, but it's just really quite nice. So he's all over the UK. He's dotted a few of these benches for people to sit down and meet people and have a chat. And I thought, that's nice. Multi-millionaire. Ricky Gervais buys 18 benches.
Are they gold benches?
No, but it is also a good point to mention that Afterlife 3 will be coming along. It's going to be his final season, and it is a big family favourite of ours, Afterlife. Yeah. You laugh, you cry, you cry, you cry, you cry, you laugh, you cry again. No, it's My Ferret Has No Nose. Sometimes think you're not even Welsh. Oh my God, let me have a look. Go back to it. Does gan fydd dim trin? So no nose. Do apologise.
But they didn't teach Welsh in your school, did
Afterlife
they?
3, seen it, mate. Only for 2 years. What, is it up on Netflix? Is it out now? Oh, don't tell me we've got a binge. We've got a binge coming. They charge a fortune. That sometimes they even hit the limit a bench. Sometimes they even limit the time a bench can be in place. Andy, I would love to know how you know so much about memorial benches in recreational parks. It is oh no. And Andy loves that show because I introduced him to it.
Excellent.
Have you seen the bloopers for Afterlives? Yes, as well, sis. Oh God, there's bloopers as well. Oh well, that brings us on to TV and radio. Let's double check. There's no. I don't know if you could see me trying to. There we go. They need to do that. And they need the parents around here to do that too. Yeah, I know. Bastards. Virginia Water. Ex's dad. Blah blah blah. I don't know why I put that on the screen right out loud. Sorry, that was more of a DM. Sorry about that, babe. TV and radio. So, for me, it's usual. It's Jason PJ, the podcast available on Spotify. And again, I'm still end of September now, and so many people still talking about what they're going to do next year. Genuinely, I drive along and I'm laughing. I absolutely adore it. Yeah, so if you ever get a chance, if you ever get bored and want to listen to something, to Jason PJ on Spotify, which basically has changed to Jason Lauren because of the change. But yeah, so if you look Jason Lauren on Spotify, absolutely amazing. Kiss 1011. And then for my death to sleep to, I'm still on Father Brown, but it's the Curse of the Golden Cross, and it's they have found a cross from a Byzantine. Yeah, well old bishop. And so far I've only got to the first half because I keep falling asleep. Also, I finished The Actress in The Alibi. Very weak. The actress was hardly in it. Yeah, very weak. In fact, I was
because she had an alibi.
She had an alibi. All about the trap door. Spoiler alert.
Don't you open
She did. She stabbed the guy underneath the stage. Right. So that's that. Oh, hang on. We got my TV broke down at the weekend. Not missing it, to be honest. Well, I mean, you've got your computer and your phone. Is Benji still there? Oh, that's amazing, Andy. So that's the Curse of the Golden Cross. Then I have been, whenever I've been on my own, I've been watching Charmed, the original season. I'm on season 2. Charmed, absolutely adore Charmed. Really strong female characters. I love a bit of the old magic and witchcraft and all the spell stuff. But what really comes across is the breasts. They're 3 very strong, powerful women. There's not a bra in sight. They're running after those. They're running after those demons, and it's sort of like the wardrobe mistress or designer is from Baywatch. Like, Prue is meant to be somebody that works for an auction house. She's an authenticator.
Authenticator.
Thank you. She looks at well old stuff. And she's got these really high-powered meetings, and she's really, absolutely, she's boss lady. She is doing everything. Very young, but she's in charge of a department. And breasts. They've just found this witch that's put in this very old cave that was put there for a reason because she was a bad witch, and the wall has fallen down. Breasts, just breasts. Just Alyssa Milano. She's basically she's cornrows and breasts. And Andy, yeah, written by men. Obviously, I looked it up. Not so much. But it could have been that the scripts were chosen by men, and it was an Aaron Spelling, and he's from that whole Melrose 90210. I think even though it was written,
also the casting director.
Yeah, Candice M. Bergen. So I believe, and a bit like Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes, same casting director, Candice M. Bergen. Don't even get me started on Joss Whedon. He's a piece of shit. He's apologized that people might not have liked his tactics of being a toxic arsehole. Damn him for inventing Buffy and Firefly and Serendipity. Lauren, great show. Yeah, absolutely. I'm loving it. So I'm sort of, when it gets all, I just sort of phase out and then I come back in. There's breasts. But it's amazing. Brilliant as well. Good come to Edward Smith. Good time to come in. Tits, teeth, and toenails. Bras are a very recent invention. They were around in the 1990s, though. Sounds like a producer type of choice or network choice. Yeah, definitely, because the storyline was brilliant. Actually, there's a couple of moments like there's one where Prue gets turned into a guy. And
did he have breasts?
No, but then they went into these really traditional gender, like, he just walked out of the room and fixed the air conditioning because he knows it, because a man obviously just naturally knows how to fix stuff. And I'm watching them going, they must have a fag break. And they went, who writes this shit? Don't start her off. I know. Literally on Joss Whedon, don't start me off. So yes, so I'm watching Charmed, and then when we're not watching Charmed, we're watching The Closer, and we are devouring it. I don't think we've watched something as aggressively as this since Schitt's Creek.
No.
Or Frankie and Grace. Grace and Frankie. Frankie and Grace. Grace and Frankie. Frankie's Frankie. Yeah, so it was absolutely watching it
We're
again.
Enjoying it more this time.
The storylines, I mean, yeah, the phone technology is a bit old, and sometimes you'll see someone smoking inside. But the storylines, they completely hold up. There is so little that you'd go, oh, what doesn't happen anymore? What? A guy got paged. I think that was it. Apart from that, LA hasn't changed.
No. Maybe After Dark.
Yeah, the 90s was full of that. Yeah, absolutely. It was in Whedon's contract that he was never alone with the 15-year-old Michelle Trachtenberg on set. Tells you all you need to know about him. Yes, there was the first time that Dawn, Michelle Trachtenberg, was in there, and then after that she seemed very upset. And after that, she was never allowed to be alone with him. Yes, piece of shit. But yeah, not ending on that. So that was that. But also, whilst I know it's a bit of an off thing, but I didn't know whether to say this little mini thing that I saw. It's a weekly mailbag, and it's MALE. I was going to do a heading for it, but I couldn't help but notice, and this is just a coincidence because I do spend a lot of time on the internet. But this week was a really bad week for James Watt.
Who's James Watt?
Which James Watt? We've got a James Goddard Watts and a James Watt. They've both been in the news. I thought that was quite a coincidence. So first one, James Goddard Watts, was the founder of Screwfix.
Oh, right.
He's in the middle of getting a divorce. And it turns out
some money.
He didn't tell the court all about all the money he had, allegedly.
Well, they don't, do they?
No.
Allegedly.
So of all the money the Screwfix has ever created, and they had another company that they also sell for a further load of millions, he gave his ex 6 million. Ooh. But I was reading the comments, there were so many men going, oh, greedy bitch. No.
Not enough.
If he's got a Russian yacht.
Yeah.
Yeah. 6 million. 6 million is probably just what was he found in the ashtray. Then the other James Watt is the founder of Brewdog Lager and Ales. And
is he getting divorced?
No, but his entire company and staff wrote him an open letter asking him to give an answer to his harassment, assaulting, belittling, assaulting, gaslighting, and his culture of fear.
So he's lovely.
Turns out managers used to put less women on when he was going to be coming to do a visit, and other women were told not to wear makeup or doing their hair just to keep themselves safe.
Wow.
So I'd be safe. Only brush on a Tuesday, mate. Noel said, what? Which one? I don't know, third base. And then the inventor of the steam engine, that James Watt. Hey, I don't want to say anything about that James Watt. Only because I don't want to get blacklisted off trains. Then again, I don't get blacklisted off Screwfix. But it's okay, he sold it for 200 million or something like that. Holy shit. Yeah, exactly. It's just been quite, I just found it quite amusing that two men called James Watt have had a terrible week. Either trying to diddle his long-term partner out of basically the First Wives Club agreement, or, I mean, apparently this James Watt as well, what he'd do is he'd hold interviews for people and make them up with PR advertising campaigns. He wouldn't give them the job, and then he'd keep the advertising campaigns. Bad people. Yes.
Bad Brewdog.
Bad Brewdog. Which brings me back to that time I got kicked out of Brewdog in Aberdeen.
Bad Brewdog.
Right. You clearly don't work in a hospital if you're questioning people getting paid. This is the Dr. Dobbett, don't argue with me now. This is people getting paid as in because they're in town, they were at a bar and they got paid, not doctors getting paid. This is people in like the murder scenario. And then why do men get away with it? Money. Right. So thanks for all the questions. Tune in next week
for the answers.
Where there might be more weekly mailbag. Depends whether or not. Anyway,
yes.
It depends if more men have made it into the papers
for being such shit.
Let's have a look. 200 million for a sexual relationship counselling business. Think about it. Are you asking me to go to business with you? Because I can't invest 200 million.
No, but if you give us 200 million, we'll think about it.
We'll think about it, yeah. It's amazing. Nearly 1 minute too. Do you know, I so thought we were going to overrun this week.
And you haven't done the birthdays.
I did right. Oh, Screwfix. Sorry, Andy. I missed the pun. I hang my head in shame. So sorry. Oh man. Honestly. Read the Aussie papers. There's full of them down here. Oh, maybe I could. Maybe the weekly mailbag. Please send in your toxic mails from all around the globe.
They're everywhere.
When haven't they lately, though? Definitely turns against keeping it comedy. I do love discussions like that. I know, I wasn't quite sure, but I thought it was really funny that we're both James Watts. So maybe if you all send in more suggestions for the weekly mailbag, it stays in the comedy program. Otherwise, it might fitter out. But unlike birthday sections, which will be back next week. And next week, it will be show 4 of 4. Now, I've been doing this format for a while. So hopefully you'll realise that means I do 4 shows in a week, in a run. Then I have a week off. Then I do 4 shows in a run. So yes, it's 4 of 4. So please come and join me. It's been amazing. So thank you so much to all the usual suspects again, to Noel, to Leona, to Amanda, to Lizzie, to the poddies, especially with Anne-Marie, special thanks today, to Lou. I don't know if Cam or anyone else was watching this week. Just thank you so much. Everyone tuning in, commenting in is awesome. And of course, I'll see you next Tuesday.
And I'll see you next week.
But just remember, next time.
Did you thank the usual suspects?
Oh, you can.
Thanks to Elizabeth and Mervyn. And thanks to Ray.
Yeah.
And thanks to Chris.
Yeah.
And thanks to Tracy in advance.
Oh, yeah. We've got Love You Ladies. Thank you very much, Noel. And then we've got Later Ladies. Thank you very much, Dan, and thank you for messaging in. Just big thank you. And just remember, next time you go down to the orchard and you start shouting at trees and someone says, mate, you've acted a bit crazy, just look them in the eyes and tell them you're defending the orchard from evil spirits, okay?
And then say, thank you.
And
Thank
then
you
it's
so much.
Wassail! Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, thank you, Lars. Have a great week. Thank you, darling. Tuesday, when's that again?
Comes after Monday and before Wednesday.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Don't forget to bless your orchards.
Love you. Love you, Noel.
Do someone say I look different on this? Don't even real life. It's down to the brushed hair again. It's down to the brushed hair again. Can't even set up the YouTube eyes on me.
Well,
Right.
that's your fault.
Love you, everybody.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye.